way, guys, to watch Cannonball Run. Like it's a 1981 film, and we'll break it down a little bit later. But there's other things to talk about as well. Coral's not going to be in today. She's got some family stuff to take care of, so thoughts and prayers out to anybody, to her family. Hope everything's going to be all right. All right, some things that are going on around the...
That microphone's not working.
Mine?
Yep.
Oh, you know why? Because it was on 2. Wow. Sometimes I overproduce.
Yeah. Well, I was just hoping.
And then I underperform during their show.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I believe so.
I was just trying to let you know what was going on.
Yeah, so I'm busy doing that. In the baseball world, Seattle Mariners president Kevin Mather resigned. He made some inappropriate comments. This time, not.
Yeah, what did he say? I still quite haven't figured out what he said.
Okay, so
I guess I don't really follow the Mariners.
He's been with the Mariners since 1996. He served as the president of the team since 2014. His comments were during a recent Zoom meeting with the Seattle area Rotary Club, and it's for kind of like a scandal, I guess. It's a leaked video showing him making some comments that are unflattering about the team and the way they handle their business, I guess, if you want to say. Some of the things he said in the meeting, he admitted the team intentionally manipulates and suppresses players' service time. He also said that the team did not want to pay the salary of a Japanese player's interpreter and criticized the English of one of the Mariners' Dominican-born prospects.
When are people going to learn that they're always...
Oh, how do you not? How do you not filter this stuff?
I mean, just... Even if that's how he truly feels, maybe keep that to yourself.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean...
Exactly. Like,
what in the holy hell are people thinking?
What do you think, where do you think that you have this good of a group at the Seattle-based Rotary that they're not going to say anything? Like, who's on that Zoom that you're like, there's 5 solid guys right there that will never say a bad word about me. They'll never sell me out.
I mean, there was that, just like a week ago, there was this board meeting for a bunch of school board members somewhere out in California.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Oakley.
Yeah, they went off on parents, and they didn't realize it was getting...
Yeah, it was being recorded?
No, it was being broadcast.
Yeah.
They all resigned. They're all gone.
Yeah, they all resigned.
Like, what? And Eddie says echo on Facebook. Yeah, I mean, Facebook is... I'm telling you, I say it all the time. I'm seriously... This will probably be the last week that I'm on Twitter.
There's no echo anymore. It's just one little audio thing. No more echo. Well, you say it all the time, but...
It's just... It's... Oh, man. I'll get through the voting with the hassle bracket, and then I'm done.
I don't spend as much time on Twitter as I used to.
I gotta stop. It's just terrible, man.
Like, the whole thing, like, when I was up in Des Moines for the state wrestling, I knew... Well, you're just one person, okay? So you got to take photos. You got to get an interview. I knew probably my best thing to do was to probably be on Twitter.
Right.
But I don't have time to be Matt's side, to keep score, to take pictures, to think about an interview, to follow him, to do that. So, and I know that I'm probably going to get more following, more traction if I would have done that than writing a synopsis afterwards. But my synopsis isn't like breaking down how it is. It's just like what I saw, the news and notes of what happened over the day. So I try to treat it a little bit differently, but I just don't think I'm on Twitter as much as I used to be. I'm not on Facebook as much as I used to be either. I mean, obviously we have our show on Facebook Live, but I don't share many photos of, like, my kids. I mean, right. On Sunday night it was fun just to be like, who you got, B for me bowling, but that's, right. It's not like I have, like, videos and anything or updates, or I don't really think my life is that impressive to have updates on Facebook. And it's one of those other things, like, are you missing memories that you're making yourself in your head when you're too busy trying to take a picture and then upload it and post it on social media? Right. Like, there's a lot of times, like, Soph's doing something, she's playing volleyball, or Ben's, he's at a hitting lesson or whatever else, or he's playing baseball, or it's okay to put something out there, but not every time do you have to share every little thing. I mean, that's... I don't know.
It's terrible.
It can be...
But at the same time, but it's just like people... No one cares. For the most part, I don't know. If I want you to see what I'm doing, I'll send it to you via text. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So, yeah, but I don't know how you can go into a Zoom and do that and just criticize all this stuff, especially when we just locked up the end of arbitration for the Major League Baseball. And, I mean, basically...
I mean,
What?
What does the guy do now? What's his next job move?
Oh, he'll be a consultant somewhere or whatever.
Really?
Else. Yeah. I mean, why? Because he's been there for years. I don't know,
but how long... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's done. His career's over. He's probably financially set. I'm sure he was making plenty of money being their president, right?
Yeah. I'm sure he is, yeah.
But just... I don't know. I'd rather retire. Go out on my own.
But speaking of, yeah, so the thing is, he has all that out there, but they just got done with arbitration, and that's hard to do, like, to go out there and say all that stuff, and then you're admitting that they're holding players back, and then you have to go into arbitration, and so arbitration is this, like, they get down to it, and you basically are represented by lawyers, right? Yeah. The lawyers for the baseball player, the lawyers for the organization. The lawyers for the baseball players go first, and they argue for about an hour. Here's why they deserve this amount of money. Here's the type of pay scale that they should be at. Here's their WAR. Here's their stats. Here's where they are compared to everybody else. And then the team comes in and goes, well, this guy is a piece of crap player. And they just get a piss all over him saying he's not worth $2.5 million to $25 million, whatever it is at the going rate of where it is.
Right.
I think it's really, really small, the number of how many actually get awarded. I had the number in front of me. It's not often that I know Ian Happ and the Cubs just got it, but how many normally get? Yeah, so it ended this past Friday. The team wins historically about 60% of the time. So after they both get an hour done arguing, one saying how great they are, the other one saying how terrible they are. We don't want this player, but we do. We just don't want to pay him. Then they get like a break. And then they get a rebuttal, and then it goes, and it takes a few days after that, a day or two to deliberate to give its decision. So, yeah, that's how it goes. So, like I said, the players' representatives get an hour to present the case. Then there's a 15-minute break. Then the team gets an hour or so, and then there's a 30-minute break to finalize counter-arguments before each side gets 30 minutes to present rebuttals. After hearing the arguments, a panel of 3 independent arbitrators, also labor lawyers, has a day or two to deliberate and hand down its decision, which can only be the player's number or the team's, nothing in between. I like that. This is what I think. This is what you think. No wonder most of the time it's 6%. This was the first year since 2018 that a new arbitration record wasn't set. In 2019, Nolan Arenado, we know him. He won his case for $26 million, and Mookie Betts won his case for $27 million in 2020. Neither one of those players, T-Roy, play for those teams anymore. Because you know why?
Why?
They had to sit there for an hour and listen to him, the team tell them how bad they are and how they're not worth this money. So in turn, both of them said, I'd like to get out of here. Mookie didn't so much, but it was like the Red Sox cutting costs once he won his arbitration. Nolan Arenado wanted out of there, out of Colorado. So it would have to be a little bit awkward. I mean, no one really wants to go and say, like, this person isn't worth this or whatever else. But going back to the Seattle Mariners guy, that can't help your case at all if you're admitting that you're holding people back. That would be like a Zoom NFL, someone actually admitting that they tanked for Trevor Lawrence.
Or admitting that they blackballed Kaepernick.
Absolutely. That's a good one too. Yeah, that in a Zoom meeting he's like, yeah, we could have signed him. But we didn't want to because we were worried about his stance and the political the culture that would backlash to us or whatever else, or losing potential sponsors, whatnot,
right?
And or gaining them. I don't know, but yeah, it is a little interesting how that happened. Like I said, it's how you do that, how you let this slip. I have no idea. You got a new T-shirt on.
Yeah,
that's your St. Patrick's Day for Oscars.
Yes, sir.
And the Harringtons are out too.
Harringtons are out. Pints are in the back of the car. I gotta give them the pints.
You got to send me a picture of the pints. People are asking about them.
Yeah.
I got to send it out to people so they can go and get their St. Patrick's Day shirts. We're right around the corner, T-Roy, for St. Patrick's Day.
We are. It's really close.
March 13th will be a Saturday of, and then what's it going to be, a Thursday, the 17th, right? Yeah, that's right, Tuesday. Yep. So we got a good, 5 days of St. Patrick's Day in us?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And everything's looking good, right?
As far as I know. I mean, I don't think we're going to get shut down.
I read an interesting article today on the Wall Street Journal.
And?
Gentleman believes that the COVID will be gone by April.
Yeah.
He's saying that the numbers are going down so rapidly that it is a matter whether they like it or not. It is a herd mentality thing, herd immunization. He said there's way too many people out there that have zero symptoms that have been giving it to each other. He's like, it's just getting lower and lower. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that I did take...
dingbats in Washington trying to tell us they got a double mask and we could be doing this until 2022.
Fauci did say that yesterday.
Yeah.
He said that, but he also said... this is where it gets contradicting. He said that, I mean, it came right up. Did I tell you this yesterday? All right, so it came up yesterday, and he said, like, I think we'll be wearing masks until 2022. And obviously, you know, like right away, the producers on the bottom line, Fauci says 2022.
Yeah.
So the interviewer was like asking him, so you think so? You know, you just said, and he goes, I don't hold me to that. I don't want to create a soundbite out of this. Well, you already did. You just did, pal. Like
what? Why does it?
So,
I mean, did he develop Biden's mush brain, or what's going on?
The thing about this is the one thing that the guy at the art, and I'd have to look it up and see. I don't even know who wrote it. I wish I should give him credit. But the one thing I thought was interesting, and I get it if you're a frontline worker, you're a teacher, whatever else. His thing was, if you have it, you have the antibodies in you, right?
Right.
Don't get the vaccination. Get it to the older people that need it first.
Right.
That's in it. I've never really even thought about that. I've never right away frontline workers, teachers, whatever else. Like and we want them to. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But if we could find a way to be like, okay, they've had it. They have if we test antibodies first, and they have like this amount of window, maybe we can get it to the elderly first, and we can eradicate.
Exactly what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to rush out and get it when other people need it.
Yep.
I have the antibodies. I'm fine.
Yeah.
No, Amy had to get it. Technically,
Mm-hmm.
she's frontline, and that working directly with the elderly.
But she did not have COVID, so that's what I'm saying.
Yes, she did.
That's right, she did. Yeah,
she did.
Yeah, that's
now,
right.
But still, I mean, that's still just following the protocol of which you should follow. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand that some people are anti-vax. It's their choice, right?
Yeah.
But it's the people that are old, elderly. I mean, it's something. Everywhere you look, though, someone's trying to make a political game out of it. I'm like, knock it off. Just report the truth and quit using one example of something and trying to say that it's this when it's not. I'm seeing criticisms of governors in certain states where when you actually look at the overall numbers and you look at everything that's been going on, they're doing a really good job. But people try to play politics with it. It's a vaccine. Let's just get it out and knock it off. It's
get moving.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
I mean, I'd
rather talk about.
Yeah, it is all exhausting.
I'd rather talk about friggin' Cannonball Run.
We will.
And Easer A's thing that you got.
Absolutely.
With the actors, because that is entertaining.
Absolutely. I was going to bring up one more thing. Oh, big news from the ESPN 1170 AM that was announced on Friday.
Uh-oh.
We are no longer carrying the Cubs games.
Oh, okay.
We'll be carrying the Chicago White Sox. The thing is, we already have a competing market in the area, and a lot of people that are the Chicago fans, whatever else, will still listen to that radio station. Not that we listen to it, but there is one around here that you get all the way from Chicago, and you can get the local Chicago sports talk in there, and they already cover those games. And I think it's a good move by ESPN 1170 and the front office management here to make that decision. Not only that, it's also an ESPN affiliate. We need to carry affiliates the most that we can. But the White Sox should be a little bit more competitive than the Cubs.
You think?
Which will mean probably less day games that we have to worry about getting into our schedule.
Right.
But here's the fun thing, though. When we carried the Cubs before, there was no perks for you and I, my friend. Now, we can go up to Guaranteed Rate Field, and because there'll be some tickets for us. We can watch all the Twins games we want, me and you, buddy.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, perks. Maybe we'll get a little tour.
Maybe I'll become a Sox fan.
Who knows? Yeah. Southsider. Look at us.
Yeah.
Who knew? We got to take a look at the schedule.
Sergio Lavore will be happy.
I know. We got to look at the schedule and find some games that we want to go up there. So I think a little bit later on we need to look at all of the Major League Baseball and look at some of their over/under bets and see which ones we like, we don't like. I think we're in agreement that Dodgers is too high. It's almost you have to bet the under, right? I think it's like 106.5. That's too high.
Yeah.
You got to bet the under.
I mean, there's going to be an injury or something that's going to prevent that from happening. That's a lot of wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do they got? What do they got the Padres at?
I don't know. We'll look at that later on in the show, probably in the second hour as well. All right, we're going to have to take our first break here at Don't Hassle Us for Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. When we come back, let's go to the movies.
That's right.
Let's have some fun.
Speaking of going to the movies, Jay, if you're out there and about in the Quad Cities and you need to ask social media on things to do, like go to the movies or wherever else, you don't need to do it. All you need to do is grab your Locals Levis guide. It has the easy-to-navigate table of contents to help you find what you're looking for. Or if you can't find one, go to localslevis.com on your smartphone. You click on Quad Cities and then you browse your favorites. It's easy to use, and they even rank the most popular places for you. So check it out. It's my buddy Chopper at Locals Levis. They're your guide to the best.
We're streaking! We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Bobby Metcalf from the Quad City Times, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
It's the safest way to get your taxes done this year. AmeriFile's new drive-through tax window. AmeriFile's tax offices in Moline and Davenport are fully opened with convenient and safe drive-through tax prep windows. Just like a bank, you drive up with your tax documents, stay in your car, and with no human contact, your taxes are prepared safely with the maximum refund possible. With over 35 years of experience, AmeriFile staff handles any tax situation, and AmeriFile gives you deep discounts if you used H&R Block, TurboTax, or recently closed AARP or Martin Luther King Center last year. Just go to AmeriFile.com today.
AmeriFile has the best tax prep deal in town. Your taxes prepared safely and for half of the price of the other guys, plus get free Chick-fil-A. AmeriFile can handle any tax situation, from W-2s and earned income credit to more complex taxes like itemized deductions, small business, and more. Schedule your tax appointment today for our drive-through window or in person. Go to AmeriFile.com or call AmeriFile in Moline or Davenport today.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't!
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike three.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot!
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
We just expanded our lot at Weber Auto Group. What's that mean for you? Now's the time to buy. Bigger selection, better deal, lower prices. Plus the Weber warranty. And every car we sell gets our 52-point inspection. So call us, visit our website, or better yet, come see us in our new showroom in Silvis. Weber Auto Group, your 5-star dealer.
For the brightest hand-selected diamonds, come to Dolan Jewelers. This is Will Dolan, and we want to offer the best diamond experience for every client and every occasion. At Dolan Jewelers, we carry the most popular shapes and sizes, as well as a huge inventory of lab-grown diamonds. With custom goldsmiths right here in our store, your experience will be convenient, easy, and fun. Visit us at 3865 Elmore Avenue in Davenport or online at dolanjewelers.com.
I'm Steve Weisman with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Bald eagles are no longer an endangered species, but veteran Eagles receivers are becoming extinct. Alshon Jeffrey, the latest to go. According to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport, Jeffrey will be released when the new league year starts on March 17th. This comes after Philly announced the release of veteran wideout Deshaun Jackson. No receivers on the current Eagles roster have more than 2 years' experience. And speaking of ex-Eagles, Carson Wentz will now add a new number to his new team and city. Wentz reached out to new Colts teammate Michael Pittman Jr. to see if Pittman would be interested in giving up his number 11 jersey. Pittman said no thanks. And Cam Newton has no plans to retire. Newton telling the I Am Athlete podcast, quote, "There are not 32 guys better than me." This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DQ presents How to Find Meal Fulfillment. First, order the delicious new rotisserie-style chicken bites from DQ. Then feast your eyes on these unbreaded, tender, juicy, 100% white meat beauties. Next, take a bite of the bite. Realize that unbreaded chicken loaded with flavor is finally possible. And last, call your boss and ask for that promotion. You may have started last week, but hey, if chicken this good is possible, anything is possible. New rotisserie-style chicken bites are now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Before you move in and start making a lifetime of memories, there's something you should remember: the value of working with a realtor. A realtor is more than an expert in the field who abides by a code of ethics. A realtor is your neighbor and your ally, someone who puts your agenda ahead of theirs, someone who understands your dreams and has the expertise to make them a reality. Finding the right place starts with you and a realtor, and the doors we open together. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Oh man, here we go again. Up early, feed the dog, out the door, traffic, at the office, boss in some kind of mood today, no time for lunch, annoying coworker, no time to relax, bedtime. Then we gotta do it all again? No way. Because the best way to break up the mundane every day is to play at Wild Rose Casino and Resort. Slots, tables, sports, and a whole lot of perks when you join and play with your Club Wild card. So, let's play. Wild Rose Casino and Resort, Clinton.
Download our app today and listen to sports from anywhere in the world. This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle So Local here on AM 1170. Thanks for tuning in out there and also in Facebook world where we're live on Facebook. Jay's doing something fancy.
I'm trying to. I'm always trying to do something here. Get me back to this again. How did we get on Cannonball Run yesterday?
I don't know. We were talking about racing or something and movies that maybe we referenced something from Cannonball Run. When we said we had to recast it, because we've done the whole thing with Burt Reynolds. I still think Chris Pratt is the new Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. Originally, I would have said it's Matthew McConaughey, but I think we got a new person coming in there.
And I think McConaughey would be great as Buford T. Justice, like you said, in a fat suit, kind of like when they disguised Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yesterday when we talked about this, my brother was saying that you can't find this movie anywhere. You can find Cannonball Run 2, but it's not so much true. Like
I got the whole Wikipedia thing on it.
Well, no, I mean to watch it, but you can actually watch it on YouTube right now though. So this movie came out in June of 1981, so we're looking at the 40-year anniversary. So this makes sense to me that we can talk about this.
The quick synopsis on Wikipedia.
Yeah, give me the quick synopsis.
So, an 81 action comedy film directed by Hal Needham.
Yeah.
Produced by Golden Harvest Films out of Hong Kong and distributed by 20th Century Fox. Filmed in Panavision. It features an all-star cast, obviously Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise, Roger Moore, Farrah Fawcett, Jackie Chan, and Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr. The film is based... This is what we didn't realize until today. The film is based on an actual 1979 running of an cross-country outlaw road race in the United States, which this Hal Needham and another guy in the movie, Brock Yates, were a part of.
All right, so Hal Needham's the director. He also did Smoking the Bandit 2.
Okay.
Brock Yates did this too. He might have been a producer, but he was also the editor He wrote it. He was also the editor for Car and Driver magazine, because when he did this race, he actually got stripped of his title as the editor of Car and Driver magazine. He was later reinstated. Apparently, they didn't want him to make this trip or make this movie, but he did.
It was one of the most successful films at the box office in 1981, and followed by in 84's Cannonball Run 2.
This budget for this movie, T. Roy.
Give it to me.
13 to 16 million. They haven't given us a type of thing. All right. Burt Reynolds made $5 million on this. He was the highest paid actor in 1981 for a film. He worked for like 4 days.
Yeah.
He said he was never a big fan of it, but he did it as a favor to Hal. He felt like he owed it to him because he directed 1 and 2. There are nods to Smokey and the Bandit in this movie.
Right.
Yeah, he said basically, he's like, yeah, did I say? He said he also said he had a moral obligation to make this movie because of how much money they were giving him. So he basically just was like, yeah, I don't care if I sold out. I had to do it. So,
I thought you came up with a good one. Right, so
hold on a second.
Average guy and a beautiful girl.
Hi.
Don't tell me your name. I'll just call you Beauty.
You must be a sensitive person. I bet you're a fan of Rod McEwen's.
I try to be. And his best friend.
I am Captain Chaos. Been a cop long?
And a family doctor.
Police. Come on right here.
And how they all set out one day in an ambulance from New York to California at 150 miles per hour.
California, here we come.
But they aren't the only ones. Because this is the Cannonball Run.
So this was
America's illegal Grand Prix.
The Chick
It doesn't
Mangione.
matter how
It
you
is.
get there. It's who gets there first. Burt Reynolds is the defending champion. On his team, Farrah Fawcett,
Are you one of those volleyballers?
Cannonballs, Dom DeLuise, and Jack Elam. And here comes the competition.
Will you hurry up, you little...
Dean Martin.
We happen to be in a race.
Sammy Davis Jr.
You, Shorty. Where'd you get all that jewelry? Take a left. Left.
That's what he said.
Mel
You call me
Tillis
shorty?
and
Yeah,
Terry
because you're small.
Bradshaw.
Small, that's small. So
Jackie Chan.
there's so much more. Jackie Chan makes his
And Roger
debut.
Moore
He
as
was actually
himself.
upset. Jackie Chan later. These are all kinds of your half-ass internet research thing.
Yeah.
You can find out he was actually upset that he was considered in the credits or whatever else considered Japanese because he's Chinese, and he was upset about that. But one thing that Jackie Chan did do, that Hal Needham,
Yeah.
Ketchum, whatever, he threw in the bloopers at the end of the show. That was something that was brand new when you had the credits at the end.
Yeah.
And Jackie Chan, in majority of his movies moving forward, he kept that in all the movies that he did. So that's why when you have
Yeah, if you ever saw that one with him and Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
They have him at the end of that. What was that called? I can't remember that.
I don't know, there's 3 of them.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, so this came out in 1981. This originally was just an action movie. Steve McQueen was originally picked to be the part of this, but he passed away.
Yes, he did.
And when Burt Reynolds came in, it became more of a comedy. There's all kinds of like craziness to this. The fact that this was anywhere between 16 to 18 million made, and it made $160 million is insane. It was the number 4 in 1981 movie, I believe, of the year, grossing wise. But as far as like how much it cost to produce it and what they got out of it, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. So
Why hasn't it been remade then?
I don't know. That's a good question, because as you do, like I said, the half-assed internet research, and you start to type in Cannonball Run, is something that comes up, and we'll look at it, Cannonball Run remake or whatever else. They made it 2. Their budget was $39 million, and it was not nearly as good. They made number 2 in 1984. So there's a big cast in this.
Yeah. So we got Burt Reynolds, J.J. McClure,
Mhm.
Captain Chaos.
That's Don
Sammy.
DeLuise.
Sammy and Dean's characters are Jamie Blake and Morris Federbaum. Or Felderbaum.
Yeah, is that what you got from Wikipedia's gambling obsessed teammate Morris
Yeah.
Fenderbaum? Originally was supposed to be played by Don Rickles.
Oh God! All right, yeah.
Yeah.
You got the Sheik.
Jamie Farr, right?
Jamie Farr plays the Sheik. Jackie Chan.
Mhm.
Chan plays a character named Jackie, and he's got a guy in the car with him who really doesn't have very many lines
Mm-mm.
or anything like that. So we need to have Jackie Chan and some sort of sidekick. I got an idea for that, by the way.
Okay.
You got Pamela Glover, which is Farrah Fawcett's character.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Van Helsing, the proctologist.
That's the guy who's in the thing with him, Jack
Yeah.
Elam, right?
Yeah. Roger Moore, his character's name is Seymour Goldfarb.
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw and Mel Tillis play 2 good old boys driving a disguised NASCAR.
Funny thing about this is the director, Hal, loved these two together so much
Yeah.
that he actually put together a show, a sitcom with these two in it, and pitched a pilot, got okayed
Yeah.
by, I think it was ABC president. When they went to the meeting to like dot the I's and cross the T's, the president had passed away like just a few days earlier, and it never saw fruition after that.
Oh, wow.
So there could have been a show with Mel Tillis and Terry Bradshaw and just some good old boys that were NASCAR Winston Cup Series stock car guys.
All right, you got Peter Fonda plays a leader of a biker gang that's part of one of the, speed bumps along the way, if you will. You got the two hot chicks in the Lamborghini Countach, Jill and Marcy.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have the main antagonist of the show, Arthur J. Foyt.
Oh, so I want to
he's trying to stop the race. He's the antagonist.
Let me interrupt you about Jill and Marcy.
Yeah.
I remember this very, very well. So I probably, by the time this hits HBO, it's probably 1983. It took a while for things to make it that far. So if this came out in June of 1981, it probably hit HBO about 83. It's probably about the time when I can remember. All right.
Okay.
And I remember seeing this. Now, Jill and Marcy, basically, and the Wikipedia goes on to say that they use their sex appeal as a weapon,
and they're
unzipping their race suits to display copious amounts of cleavage during traffic stops. But I do remember this. However, it fails to work on a busy female traffic cop.
Yep.
Played by Valerie Perrin. And I do remember that being like, dang!
Yeah.
It doesn't work this way. Yeah. So.
And then two other characters are Bradford Compton and Shaky Finch. Bradford is a board executive, and he hires this guy, Shaky Finch, who is a cross-country motorcycle retired racer.
Okay.
And the thing is now Mr. Finch is a little overweight, and it causes for hilarity.
Yes.
Yes.
It's all hilarity.
All hilarity, Jack.
All of it. It's Cannonball Run.
But they disguised themselves as a married couple on a cross-country motorcycle trip. So one of them dresses as the bride and the other one.
So he cross-dresses.
Yes. One of them does. I think that's Shaky Finch that does.
Okay, there's going to be a lot of things here, all right?
Okay.
To unpack. And I'll go with the dumb stuff, and then we'll get to the recasting of what we want to do or how we want to do it if we were going to do a remake. I saw something. The Bob Father shared it on Facebook. We talked about social media earlier. And don't get me wrong, it is outdated or whatever else, but there's some people out there that are calling to no longer be shown the movie Grease.
Why?
Well, there's some things involved there. I mean, there's did she put up a fight that's misogynistic or whatever else? There's also the thing where this movie was, and again, I know we're talking about a different movie, but I'm trying to make a correlation here to jump over. The Grease was made in 1978. Based in the 1950s, you will say, okay?
Right.
For someone to say this movie needs to be shelved because it's not LBGQTQ friendly, it's 1950s 1978 movie. They went too far as to say during the dancing portion, the dance contest, they say all couples must be boy girl. That's it. In 1950s that would be fine. Do you know what? I never looked at it like, oh man, that's not friendly. I looked at it as oh yeah, because you wouldn't want two females to cheat to win the thing. You know what I'm saying? Or two males. Maybe they had.
Well, they didn't want I looked at it as they didn't want two guys goofing on the camera.
Yeah, that too, and they had that happen. So what I'm saying here is going back to Finch and Compton. Would this be looked down upon by the LBGTQ thing because someone's?
You could eliminate the whole. I mean, you can change their disguise, if you will. Their characters aren't necessarily huge in the part of the plot. You could write it out if you're worried about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just trying to give you weird things that people are trying. Basically, they're trying to say everybody's trying to disguise what they're doing. So JJ and Captain Chaos are in an ambulance.
Yeah.
All right. the Dean and Sammy are dressed as Catholic priests.
Very good, yeah.
Okay, you got the two hot chicks trying to be hot chicks. You got
Goldfarb.
Goldfarb is basically James Bond, so his car's got all kinds of James Bond stuff.
Yep.
Jackie Chan's car is scientifically improved. It has
got a rocket
infrared,
booster.
yeah, rocket booster, infrared headlights. So everybody's trying to get a one up to win this. Like Mel Tillis in Bradshaw's car is a NASCAR. So they're just saying they were using disguises to try to, who's going to pull over a newlywed couple.
Yeah. And if you're doing 150 and you show copious amounts of cleavage, you might be able to get out of your ticket in 1981.
Yeah. And it was just I don't know. I mean, you could give them a different disguise. I mean, you could disguise them as the president and the first lady for all you.
Let me
follow
ask,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me ask you this. Is this a movie that's being remade, or is this a 10-part Netflix show?
Nah, it's got to be a movie.
You think so?
Yeah, hour and a half. Be done with it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I could, but I could also see this thing being a dumb Netflix.
I mean, they remade A-Team.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Into a movie, yeah. I
mean, if you go back and look at A-Team, like the actual TV show, it was pretty bad.
Why?
Well, I'm just saying it wasn't all that great. As a kid, it was the best thing ever.
It was the best thing. It
Yeah.
made my Sunday nights.
Right.
That and Knight Rider back to back. Are you kidding me? That was the end of the perfect weekend, man. Get picked up on Friday by my dad, hang out all weekend, Sunday night, to get to watch A-Team.
The
and
theme
then
to A-Team is, to me, like that
That's
and
my
the theme
time
of
to go
Indiana Jones are like the two greatest themes.
the beginning of the A-Team's legit, man. If you don't,
Charged for a crime that they didn't commit.
Yeah. If you have nowhere to help, you can call the A-Team. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Okay. It's 12:40. Let's take our break and come back. Let's recast this.
All right, I love it.
Yeah.
Is everybody out there loving it too? I hope
I
you
don't
guys
know.
are.
I just got it on. Probably not.
Speaking of loving, Jay.
Yeah.
I've been in love with Tri-City equipment ever since we started using them for Pints, Harringtons, Oscars, and what have you. But I believe they had a love affair with the Quad City since 1934.
I believe so too.
They've been the source for restaurant equipment value and competitive pricing ever since. If you're looking for kitchen cookware, cooking equipment, refrigeration, they have it all. You can stop down to their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom at 527 West 4th Street in Davenport, or try them online, tricityequipment.com. Remember, they deliver to all Quad City residents and match online pricing. Give them a call today, 563-322-5382. If you have any questions, showroom hours 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
Make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous.
Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah! You like that? You like that?
This is WQAD's Matt Randazzo, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
And now an old classic commercial from Mark Brenny.
We're talking with Mark Brenny, owner of Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic in Bettendorf, who seems to be quite happy. Hey, Mark, what's up?
I'm in love. Spring is in the air, the birds are singing, my heart is filled with joy, and all is fine with the universe.
Oh, so what's her name?
Her name is Eliminator.
Isn't she one of those dancers out in Mount Joy?
Heck no, a woman? Get real. My Kawasaki ZL600 Eliminator never goes shopping, doesn't nag, never has a headache, and is always ready to ride when I want to.
Come on, are those the only comparisons you can make?
Well, unlike a woman, my Kawasaki loves it when I hit the gas. Oops.
Mark!
All right, well, see, I told you.
Find your new love in a Kawasaki motorcycle at Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic at 4426 State Street, Bettendorf, across from the Alcoa Gas Company. Almost.
Sports bettors, are you ready? You can now experience Iowa's premium sportsbook from the comfort of your own home. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. All on an easy-to-use app rated #1 on Trustpilot. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they've ditched the other books. Plus, PointsBet's Refer a Friend program is now easier than ever. Refer a friend to PointsBet, and you both get $100 in free bets. Share with your friends the faster, easier way to bet. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. And don't forget to sign up with code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. What do you have to lose? So, are you ready? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Mike Greenberg. Greeny.
Kevin Colbert is the general manager of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did you hear his comments about Ben Roethlisberger coming back? I mean, to call this a tepid endorsement would be an insult to tepid endorsements everywhere. I'm not a big believer in coincidences or accidents. I don't think almost anything is a coincidence, and I don't think almost anything happens by accident. Those words were purposefully chosen, and they were sending a message, a big message, to the fans and to Ben. The message to the fans is, you may not have this quarterback back next year. We are preparing you for the possibility that Ben Roethlisberger will no longer be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers going forward. And the message to Ben is exactly the same.
Greeny, 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Hey, Quad Cities, it's Jaybird with Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Get your local sports talk 12 to 2 with me, T-Roy, Bomber, and Serge. Download the station app to listen to us anywhere. And like us on social media to join in the conversation. Plus, when you sign up to be an ESPN Insider, you'll get access to all of our great contests and everything that's going on at ESPN1170am.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged. We are the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Comfort, efficiency, and peace of mind that you only get from Precision Air. The best in heating, AC, geothermal, and indoor air quality. The best equipment, the best service, and the best warranty. Sleep comfortably with a 10-year parts warranty on new furnace and AC units. And with financing available, your new Train home comfort system is waiting for you now. Trust the experience of your Train comfort specialists and call the masters of comfort and efficiency today at Precision Air of the Quad Cities. Online at PrecisionAirQC.com. Precision Air. We'll be right there.
The biggest hits. You found them right here on your sports leader, ESPN 1170.
That's right. It's Jay and T-Roy on films.
That's right. That's what they say on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comments, like men on film from In Living Color.
Yeah.
So
you'll never see that bit again.
Yeah.
Not on TV. All right, Jay.
Yeah.
I told you I had an idea.
Well, here's let me get to this real quick. All right. Yeah. It eventually. I mean,
But I'm trying to get over this hurdle that you've given me.
Okay.
So you brought up especially that character of the guy, the married couple trying to get through. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I might have almost solved this.
Okay.
The person that dresses as the female is actually a male, and the person that dresses as the male is actually a female.
Okay.
RuPaul is the bride.
Mm-hmm.
Brienne of Tarth is the groom.
Okay, I can see that.
You follow me?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Okay. They're friends somehow through whatever. You make it like, hey, we got to win this. All right, what are we going to do? I got it.
I'm just saying that in this day and age,
right,
there would be some pushback. Maybe if there is the copious amounts of cleavage to get out of the speeding ticket, someone's going to push back and say that's not fair. This isn't. Sex doesn't get you out of things. Blah blah blah. Sex doesn't. You shouldn't glorify this. I'm thinking if there's going to be two guys dress up as priests, someone's going to say, I don't want you to push your Catholicism on me. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of problems with a lot of things.
Oh, boy, you're right. Well, with that being said, let's cast this thing.
All right, so we're doing this in this day and age.
We can rewrite it later if we have to.
Yeah, we're doing this thing, and basically the Cannonball Run is a real-life thing, right? It goes from New York to Los Angeles. Am I correct?
Yeah, in the real race, it was Connecticut to...
Okay.
But yeah, New York to Los Angeles.
All right.
And
it costs something like $2,500 to get in this for real, to be part of this race.
How much?
$2,500, I believe.
Oh, we got to up that. We got to put that into 2021 price.
All right.
So it's going to be $20,000.
Okay, so I'm okay with this. I'm okay with Chris Pratt being the JJ, the Burt Reynolds.
And I think you nailed Captain Chaos.
I think I did too.
Jack Black.
I think it's Jack Black. The only other person I would probably put in there, I thought about this as well, but I don't think you can get him. If you do, you would have too much shade of The Hangover, and that would be Zach guy, Galifianakis. Was that his name? Yeah.
Yeah, but he would be the good doctor.
I'm saying if he was Captain Chaos.
Yeah, but I want him to be the doctor.
That's good.
Yeah.
That way he doesn't have to be that guy from The Hangover. He can be his own character and still be quirky the way he is, like Between Two Ferns on his show.
Right.
So I think that's pretty good to have him be the doctor, yeah.
Okay.
So Jack Black is Captain Chaos. Chris Pratt is JJ. And Zach Galifianakis is the doctor that rides in the ambulance with him.
All right. The Sheik, because you know we're going to have problems with that, too.
The Sheik. Now, in 1981, Jamie Farr played that. Jamie Farr was the guy that was on...
MASH.
On MASH. Klinger. He was Klinger. Your pushback here is that you have a white American, white person playing an Iranian person. That's your pushback in 2021 to 1981. Right. So you have to have somebody with the background.
So we get the actor from Harold and Kumar.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I believe he's...
he would be good.
Yeah.
Because you don't want too much on the comedy side. All right?
Yeah, and you don't have to dress him as if Jamie Farr's character dressed.
Yeah.
You don't have to go stereotypical.
You don't have to look like a 1980 WWE character.
Correct.
They'll go over the top and with your stereotypes, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, now it's easy for Roger Moore. It's Daniel Craig.
Well, someone also brought this up, though, but I guess it could fit somewhere else. Jason Statham? Was that his name?
Jason Statham?
Statham, there you go.
Oh, you could do that, yeah. That would work, too. All right. Now, for Jackie Chan, we bring back Jackie Chan.
Oh, 100%.
But I think we do a little twist in this, right? So basically, when he was in his car in the first movie, maybe not a lot of lines or whatever else, and he had a guy with him.
Uh-huh.
His guy now is
I know where you're going with this. Oh, his son?
His son or whatever, and he's teaching him how to win the race, and it's played by the guy who played Captain Sulu in the new Star Treks.
I'm not familiar with him.
He's been in some other shows too.
How old would this kid be?
He's probably in his late 20s, early 30s right now.
I'll say you could get the kid from Fresh Off the Boat.
Or you could get the guy from Marvel, the FBI agent.
Yeah, because I thought about that too. Now, and again, I know I'm like kind of hanging on too hard. Hold on, I think I'm hanging on too much to The Hangover. But the guy that played, he could be the sometimes you need a hype guy, a guy who does
the guy Chow.
Yeah. He could be the voice of Jackie Chan. It's the comedy part of it. I mean, Jackie Chan can do comedy. Obviously, we know that from Rush Hour.
You could have both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good casting, too.
The only other thing I would change this up is instead of the son, like Asian American female.
could do that.
And she's
too.
the one that's teaching him too. I mean, that one's kind of wide open.
Yeah.
Just as long as we don't, like I said, the Jamie Farr, the Iranian one is the one we're going to get a pushback for.
Right.
But I like that we've expanded the character that's with Jackie Chan.
Now, the Peter Fonda one was a very quick role.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a quick. His biker gang ended up being a antagonist, short little fight. That way, Jackie could show off his karate moves.
Yep.
You get the kid from Sons of Anarchy, Jax Teller. It's a quick cameo.
I know. I've never watched it.
That's fine, but
Yeah,
everybody knows that dude's a biker, though.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? He's quick. He's in there. He plays that for here's $500,000. Be that for 5 minutes.
I think the majority, if you go back and you do the research on this, the half-assed internet research on this show, the majority of actors only worked 2 to 3 days anyway. Like I said, Burt Reynolds made $5 million for 4 days of work.
Now, I brought these guys up earlier to play Dean and Sammy, and you shut it down. But I think it's better to have them play Bradshaw and Tillis. And they play them as themselves. They actually play Rock and Kevin Hart, 2 celebrities who want to win this race, and The Rock takes a car from the Fast and Furious that they want to use to win the race.
So they're playing themselves.
Yes.
They're just bored, and they're like,
"Yep,
we're getting in this race.
We're getting in this race, man."
I think I actually like where your head is at here, and I actually think this is your opening of the movie.
Yeah.
Those 2 ding-dongs sitting around.
Yeah.
Talking about how bored they are or whatever else, and, they basically have a pissing match over who's in what production company, what they've done, and it starts, they get a little competitive, and then in turn, they become more teammates because they're like, let's get in and do this. We could do this, win this thing. I think that's your opening, and that's how you get an introduction. Then you go straight to the credits after that, or whatever Chuck Mangione. I won't say get into it. They get on their phones, they look up to how much to sign up. They're racing to see how fast they can sign up. Once no one cares about how much it costs. They've just automatically just sent the money in.
Yeah.
And then so he becomes like Kevin Hart beats The Rock to signing up for it. So now he's the captain of the team.
Yeah.
Now The Rock's mad the entire time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
They argue about who's going to drive.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that, and I know we had them in on our Smoking the Bandit, but I think that's a good way of doing it because you've kind of broken the fourth wall.
Yeah. All right. Now we need a bad guy. Who is the guy? Like we need a Ted Knight for our you do. For our Caddyshack. Who is it now?
The guy who just has all the money. And he can just pull out all the stops to soup up his car.
No, this is the guy that's trying to stop the race.
Oh, he's trying to stop the race. Okay.
This is the uptight guy that's trying to get it outlawed.
All right. Who is that person right now?
That's what I've been struggling
on. Oh, that's tough.
I know.
We're going to have to table that.
I mean, there was a time when it was the bad guy from...
would it work? Would it work though? The humor. That's what I'm trying to figure out is the comedy element of it. Would Larry David be able to deliver in this situation and not do a Larry David / Seinfeld episode? Because if you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, there's so much of the Seinfeld in it, and I don't know if Larry David could do it or not. I don't know if his comedy does it.
The guy Reichman, he would have been great for it. A guy like that. Hans Gruber?
Yeah. Chip says something on Harrington's Facebook comment thread, which is interesting if you could get him to do it. To play that character. He would want to be some type of production. Vince McMahon. But rarely do you see him do anything like that outside of just his own shows. It's not like he's in the Marine 4. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or any of those movies that they produce. It's not like he was in Fighting with My Family.
I got a name, but everybody will freak out.
Who?
Trump. He wouldn't do it.
No, dude, if you could pull that off. See, that's the thing. People would go just to see him, just to complain about him.
People would, yeah.
Trump wants it, but does he get to play himself or does he get to play?
Yes, he plays himself and he's trying to stop this race.
Because he wants to create his own Cannonball Run?
Who knows? I don't know. That was a reach.
Yeah, but I can see that, yeah.
I like the McMahon.
Yeah, who's up there right now? Like I said, I just don't know if the Larry David one could pull it off. But
Like, who is the actor that it's always playing an a-hole in the movies? Like, if you go to, Michael Keaton can do bad guys pretty well.
That wouldn't be too bad. Bring him out of that whole thing. I mean, he had the movie for a while where he was up for an Oscar, and he's been in a Spider-Man. But that would be a good turn for him.
And he's got good comedy chops, too, so
Yeah.
he could do it. I think Keaton.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah,
I do like that one. I will go with that. I do like the Michael Keaton there. I think that's a good... Yes, he's got the self-deprecating humor, and he's got the way to also, like, come strong at someone else making fun of them.
Now, the ones that are tough right now, we need Jill and Marcy, who are the Lamborghini, but we can't have a Lamborghini. No. It's not the Lamborghini anymore. It's like that Audi or something, or...
This is real.
Or the Acura.
I think you can do it so that you can. Their hairstyles can be blowouts. They can have everything else, but you got to have and up these two characters more with comedy. Okay. Here's where I'm going with this. One, because it's not going to take a lot, and she can pull this off. Emma Stone's one of them.
How about Emma Stone and Mila Kunis?
I like that. I was also thinking the lady from Saturday Night Live who was just in Wonder Woman. She's in Bridesmaids. But I like Mila there. But who's going to play the Farrah Fawcett, though?
Well, here's some bit. We switched the role up, too. They're not trying to use so much of their cleavage to show off. Maybe
I was hoping we were, but okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, but let's just say maybe they're showing, maybe it's like their skirt's short or something. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It doesn't have to be the typical, oh, look at this. Maybe it's just like, I don't know. Or they're just trying to outsmart people, too.
Real quick, who just said, there it is. Kyle Loomy just said Jeremy Piven as a bad guy trying to stop it. I like Jeremy Piven, but unfortunately, he did the same thing in Old School.
Right.
So, I think the Michael Keaton one is the way to go. But I do like Jeremy Piven. I think he needs a little boost to his IMDb.
Well, we still need Dean and Sammy and Farrah. I mean, these are huge characters.
Okay.
Who's Farrah Fawcett right now?
Gosh, I don't know. Give me a second on that one. All right. Give me two. We're sticking in the same area. We're going to put ourselves in this situation. They're probably going to be, we want them to be like singers because we're going with Sammy and Dean. And they're relatively cool. The Sammy Davis Jr., we'll have Bruno Mars play that.
Okay.
But who plays the Dean Martin side? Because there's nobody.
JT.
Justin Timberlake would be legit. I like that. So Timberlake and Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. Here's my thought on the Farrah.
Then you know what's going to happen because we talked about it yesterday. We got to bring her back.
Britney Spears?
It's Britney Spears. Poor girl. It's got a documentary about her.
She ain't going to want to work with JT.
That's the thing. Because he came out after this documentary and he did apologize. And he said the way that he apologized for the way that he treated her. And this is how you get your apologies out there and show that bygones be bygones and they work together. Let's get Britney back in the spotlight.
All right, if she won't do it, she won't. But
I say Lindsay Lohan. That would have bring people's careers back.
All right, we got
a budget here.
We got a budget, but I'm thinking that Ron Howard's daughter.
Who's Ron Howard's daughter?
That redhead from the Jurassic Worlds, who's already had interaction with Chris Pratt. They have good online or on-screen charisma.
I don't know who she is.
Redhead. She was also blonde. She played Gwen Stacy in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Wasn't that Emma Stone?
No, that was the.
There's too many Spider-Man.
That was the.
Listen to me.
Andrew Garfield.
If there's 18 Spider-Man, why do we not have a Cannonball Run remake?
That's what I'm saying.
This world doesn't make any sense.
It's Bryce Howard, I think her name is.
Bryce Howard.
I think that's her name.
Sounds a lot like Bryce Harper to me.
Well, of course it would to you.
Yeah. I will have to look that up. I'm going to look it up right now.
Look her up.
I'm going to look it up. All right. I think...
So we got Lohan. Howard.
I don't know why I'm in this whole like we need to resurrect some. All right, there you go. Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
Oh, she was also in the movie with Emma Stone, the Help, right?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't watch it.
Huh. I can see that. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I said I don't know. I think I'd rather have like Lindsay Lohan in this, or Britney, but I don't think the Britney thing's gonna happen. There's just too much.
I don't think the Lindsay Lohan thing's gonna happen either.
What? I don't know about that. Come on. All right. So what's the? Do we table it? Oh, we tabled that. We're trying to just come up with fair, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything at all to the plot that we changed this movie? I mean, obviously we can.
I mean, it's the race is the race. I mean, here, let's go. Let me read the plot to everybody.
Oh, sure.
This is good. The plot. Race teams have gathered in Connecticut to start a cross-country car race. One at a time, teams drive up to the starters stand, punch a time card to indicate the time of departure, and then they take off. All right. Among the teams is J.J. McClure, the famous racing driver and team owner, and his mechanic and sometimes co-driver, Victor Prinzi, a.k.a. Captain Chaos. And then you have the former F1 icon and Scotch swilling Jamie Blake, played by Dean Martin, and his gambling-obsessed teammate, Morris Fenderbaum. And they drive a red Ferrari. Ooh, there you go. They are based on an entry in the real 72 race, in which three men disguised as priests, the Flying Fathers, drove a Mercedes 280 SEL sedan, which is claimed to be the Monsignor's car, belonging to the Ecumenical Council of... All right, whatever that means.
Mm-hmm.
That's just great that this actually was a race. You got the two attractive women in the Lamborghini, Jackie Chan and Michael Q, and the high-tech, computer-laden Subaru GL four-wheel drive. You had the Terry and Mel characters, who were good old boys racing a NASCAR Winston Cup car. It was also the Hawaiian Tropic sponsored. Roger Moore plays Seymour Goldfarb. Jamie Farr is the wealthy sheik. And then Arthur J. Foyt is the safety enforcement guy. So, yep.
There's all kinds of things in here if you look at this. Like I said, this was the sixth most popular movie in 1981. That ambulance actually was in there. You mentioned that with Hal and Yates. And they had Yates' wife was in there as a patient. They had a doctor. They sped through everything. A lot of references to Smoking the Bandit in this because Hal Needham did direct it. There's a thing in there where they actually say a line in there about a black Trans Am, and Burt Reynolds' character goes, "No, that's already been done." Okay, that's a nod to that. And then at the end scene, there's a foot race at the end of the movie. Same thing. It's the guy is the driver of a car is wearing Bandit's jacket in that. So there's all kinds of references to that, and a lot of references sort of to like James Bond, especially with Roger Moore's character, led to like this crazy like rumor that Roger Moore was going to be sued by the creators of Bond, whatever the movie studio, because that he signed a contract that he could never like do a spoof, like a Leslie Nielsen type of thing.
Yeah,
and it wasn't true at all. But the producers were very upset about that, how much they borrowed. They leaned on James Bond with Roger Moore, and when Hal Needham went to meet the Bond producers later on about directing a Bond film, it was brought up in their meeting, and they said to him, perhaps we should think about suing you for Cannonball. As he's meeting with them, he wants to direct the next James Bond. The producers waited this entire time, sat on it, till eventually they just said hey, we think you kind of relied on us a little too heavy here to push your character in the Cannonball. So he did it. Roger Moore played Bond 7 more times after that. But he never drove an Aston Martin in a Bond movie. The Hawaiian Tropic was the NASCAR thing in there that you talk about with Tillis and Bradshaw. 1981 made a buttload of money. It holds up. Outside of the few things that we talked about that maybe there would be pushback by certain members of each community. But I think that's going to happen no matter what you go to. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And that's why you do the things to change it, to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
The correct full name of the real Cannonball race was Cannonball Baker Sea to Shining Sea Memorial Trophy Dash.
Huh.
It's also known as the Cannonball Baker. It's interesting.
I take it doesn't happen anymore?
You know what? Easer A said on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread that it has happened every time, and I guess the record was broken during COVID. So that's something to look up to. And we need to see, like, you know what? While we have it here, whatever else, I'll just look right here. Cannonball Run. See if anyone else has a good idea that we have. Oh, what's this? May 18th, 2020.
Who did it? Who's trying to steal our idea?
Altdriver.com. Oh, never mind. It says unable to international. All right. Let's see here. It looks like. So there's one in June 2018. So I would assume this got tabled because of COVID. And while we're talking about this, folks, I'm going to let you guys know this. I haven't seen a film in a movie theater in over a year. I'm fine with doing this, so I don't really care talking about Cannonball Run because this stuff makes me laugh. It says here...
well, if it's still going on, Jay, we need to be in it. The real race. Right?
I guess, but we'd have to... Someone have to build a car for us.
Well, duh.
Apparently, this is going to happen. In 2016, Warner Brothers began interest by toying with the idea to remake the classic Cannonball Run. And Ethan Coen of Get Hard fame was slated to helm the project, then titled as just Cannonball. There's some other people that have been leaked to this that possibly do it. It looks now like the last guy that's been rumored to be a part of this is Doug Liman, director of Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah, so...
See? Look at this.
Creating a little series of its own. This film far exaggerated. Yeah, so it looks like this has been pushed through. So I certainly hope so. I just don't think they're going to do as well as we do with this. I know that they have jobs in LA and everything else, and we don't, but
what else?
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to lean on the post Fast and Furious world, and they think like so. But that's the thing: are they going to make it more serious? Or are they going to make it because originally this was a serious movie? We said at the beginning, Steve McQueen was going to be in it, but when you pull in somebody else, so like, I wonder how they're going to look at it as how they're going to go for this. If they're going to try to make it like a Fast and the Furious serious movie, which I've never seen a Fast and the Furious.
So if this thing really happened, and Easer is right, they set a record during COVID.
I think so. Yeah.
It means they drove right through the Quad Cities.
Probably.
They had to go Interstate 80, right?
Mm-hmm. You would assume so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Be cool.
It's something to look into. Definitely. 100%. All right, let's take our first break of the second hour. We come back. We can dissect this a little more, but I want to look at some over-unders for the baseball teams and see where the best value is going to be this year, what we like on their over-unders for each one, and if there's anything that we can go find from our friends at Elite Sportsbook to place a win total for the season on.
All right, everybody, get down to Front Street Brewery because they are the oldest brew pub in the state of Iowa, and they've been serving Davenport since 1992. They have great beers like their Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and the Cherry Bomb Blonde. Their Facebook page has all food and drink specials, or you can look at their webpage, www.frontstreetbrew.com. Check them out today. That's Front Street Brewery, the restaurant, 208 East River Drive, and the tap room is in the Freight House Complex.
We're streaking! We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
This is Lobo from Lobo Salsa. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Tanae and Golick Jr.
And that writing on the wall is always looking different when it's the quarterback and everybody else. And I knew in every locker room I was going to be in, whether this was high school, college, or anywhere else, the star players on the team, the quarterbacks on the team, we were all going to be treated fairly, but fair isn't the same. And no one expects that based on the way that this is divvied up. But now looking from the other way, if you're Deshaun Watson looking at this spot, I mean, hell, you even had J.J. Watt running up to him after that last game saying, we wasted one of your prime years. J.J. Watt, the face of that franchise, understanding that they're only going to go as far as Deshaun Watson is taking them, because that's how this league is built right now. And so for Deshaun on the other side, I think he's got this realization. The reason he is out here pushing buttons, trying to make things happen, is because he also knows the world is different for him as a quarterback. Life is different for him as a quarterback, which means his exit from this was never going to be as easy as what we saw with JJ.
Shanae and Golick Jr. 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
The sale you've all been waiting for is finally here. It's Tyson's Mega Tool Sale. Add a Milwaukee M18 high-torque impact wrench to your arsenal and save $100. Add versatility to your tool belt with the Milwaukee M18 Oscillating Multi-Tool Kit. Now $70 off. Save $15 on a 20-piece mechanics tool set. These deals won't last forever, so head to your local Tyson's today or shop from the comfort of home at Tysons.com. Tyson's, home, farm, auto.
Add a little excitement to your sports watching experience by betting on all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook. There's a reason why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Their app is simple to use. They've got great odds on all different betting markets, unique, fun bet types like same-game parlay, and exclusive always-on promotions such as enhanced odds boosts on the biggest events to let you get more action out of every game day. And if you win, they even get you your winnings safely in as little as 24 hours. Ease of use, easy to register, easy to deposit, easy to find your bet. Live betting, easy to place your bet fast during a game if you see a trend you like. Right now, FanDuel is letting you place your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Just place a bet on any game and FanDuel will refund you up to $1,000 back if you don't win your first bet. Seriously, there's no strings attached. Just place any bet you want. If you win, you keep the cash. If you lose, you'll get your entire bet up to $1,000 back in site credit. The odds on basketball are looking great. If you've never tried FanDuel Sportsbook, what are you waiting for? Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app to get started and be sure to sign up with promo code Trevor so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Trevor. 21 plus and present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. Site credit is not withdrawable and expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
And now an old classic commercial from Mark Brenny.
I just haven't felt very good. I'm always depressed and I just don't have the energy I used to.
Do you have a wife? Maybe a few kids?
Why, yes.
How about a house? Lots of bills to pay.
Uh-huh.
Have you taken a ride on your Suzuki motorcycle lately?
Well, I haven't had a motorcycle in years.
You seem to be suffering from a condition known as cyclist neglectus.
What the heck is that?
Certain elements in one's life that prevents us from owning a motorcycle. Here, I'll write you a prescription, and you must carefully follow the instructions. Get a Suzuki motorcycle, ride it often, and it won't make you drowsy. Might I suggest a new Suzuki 800 or 1400 Intruder from our associate clinic? You know, Rennie's in Bettendorf. Heck, I'd even submit it to Medicare.
Dr. Brenny to ER, Dr. Brenny to ER, staff.
Well, I gotta go. My liver transplant's here. Now, what did I do with that darn liver? Oh, here it is. My silly wife. She packed it in my lunch cooler again.
Check out the new Suzuki motorcycles at Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic and Pharmacy, 4426 State Street, Bettendorf, across from Alcoa. Almost.
All the sports you need, right here. The Quad Cities sports leader is ESPN 1170 AM. KBOB, Davenport, a Town Square media station.
Thanks for bringing us back there, JJ.
Oh, thanks. You're welcome. I mean,
I think you should be Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. That was always a good one. The Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Turd Ferguson. Funny name. Do you remember that? And now Burt Reynolds' name is Turd Ferguson. That's right. Turd Ferguson. Funny name. That was great. No, we're done. February 23rd, 1992, T-Roy.
February
23rd, 1992.
Oh, February 23rd.
This day in sports history, February 23rd, 1992. Something ended, and what is its significance?
February 23rd, something ended. A winning streak?
Nope.
A lockout?
No.
A life?
No. None of these. February 23rd.
Give me a hint.
Amateur games, speed skating, skiing.
The Winter Olympics?
The Winter Olympics in France, 1992. And why is this significant?
I don't even remember.
Because this is the last year that the Winter Olympics and the Summer Olympics were held in the same calendar year. 2 years after that, we now went to 1994. Tanya Harding.
96.
Yep, and then 94 and then 98. And ever since then, we've been 4 years. So 2 years in between each one.
Why did they do it?
I think maybe that's a great question. I think maybe it was more to keep the viewership of Olympics going every 2 years. Maybe the IOC had too much going on in 1 year that it was good to break it up every 2 years. I think it's probably makes more sense to do it like every two because it still makes the Olympics relevant in some way or another. Instead of you're just going in like a matter of 4 months, you're getting two different sets of games. So, Yep. So that was it. That was the last time it was in that calendar year. I do remember this one.
I don't remember the Winter Olympics at all that year.
Of
course, I remember Barcelona.
I remember that year, and this is the only thing. Here's why. David Letterman. I believe that's the year Jay Leno got the job. And Letterman kind of went on his own way like to CBS, all right? He sent his mom to be the correspondent in France that year. The only reason I remember was 1992, my 16th birthday. I got a TV for my birthday. This was the first time in my life I had a TV in my bedroom. So I would like fall asleep to watching TV. So I remember that 1992 very
So
well.
it began.
And then so it began. I've never, rarely. I bet you since then, since 1992, maybe 24 times in my life I've fallen asleep without a TV on.
I used to love it, but then I married someone that just yells at me for it, so I can't do it anymore. She's such a dictator.
So, yes, and then going on, like you said, that we do remember Barcelona very well too.
Yes,
that's the dream team.
Yeah.
Let's piggyback on that before we get to the MLB.
I could probably name where every Olympics was at since then, at least.
Well, 96 is Atlanta.
Yep, 96 was Atlanta. 2000 was somewhere Sydney, I believe.
Okay. 4?
2000.
I can't do it after this. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
2004 would have been.
88 was Seoul, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the 84 was LA. Then 80 was Montreal. 76 was Moscow.
I don't know.
We didn't go to the.
Going forward. I'm not going back.
I don't know forward.
2004 would have been. 2004 would have been. So Britain's in there.
Oh, London was in there, yeah.
London's in there, and then
London's like.
And obviously
12.
Was it 12? Was London 12? And then China was just recently. Brazil was in there.
Brazil.
China just did their bout last round, I think 2016, right? Or no.
Okay, so in the summertime, and then you remember when I wrote the thing for ESPN Post to an open letter to Luka Garza why he should come back his senior year. What I did write was that the NBA is changing its format, which NBA did not change the format. AC Earl was right. The NBA pushed their season to be exactly where it is. And some of the speculation out of this is why they pushed it, is so that they can go to the Olympics. My question for you is this. Do we need a dream team anymore? Do we really?
I mean, the whole argument was back then is that the kids were playing against professionals, so I don't know. Probably not.
I don't think we do. And I'm surprised now, especially where the NBA is at. So much.
But the thing is the NBA players that are national, not national, but from around the world, like, the guys from Argentina played for the Argentinian team. They're a really good team. I mean, they had a lot of good guys. There's obviously guys from, Dirk Nowitzki was Germany, and Gasol brothers played for Spain. But, yeah. God, what was 04? Yeah, 04 and 08, I don't think we got.
You're still thinking about where the sites were? We'll come to it. I just don't think we need the Dream Team anymore. It was cool in 92, but if you really go back and look at it, I mean, they just beat the piss out of everybody. And the NBA, which the way they're spreading out globally, just think about this. If you had, like, a team from a small nation, how much that would explode.
Greece was one. Yeah, Heinz is right. Greece was in there. They did hit Greece again.
Okay.
I can't remember where else.
We'll pull it up. I just think like a smaller country, if it has a run to like a bronze, it will just increase the sport even more, even though it is already global. And I mean, the same person who argues that they want to see the Dream Team dominate, they want to see America dominate, is majority of the time going to be the same person that hates these super teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
And you know where it comes from? They go and travel together playing for Dream Team. They get to become buddies with each other, and they go, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we all got together and did this?"
Yeah.
It is that simple. It started all the way back in the Dream Team. Then it happened in '96 with Michael Jordan in the bubble. He was basically recruiting players when he did Space Jam,
right,
to come play for the Bulls or and he was also scouting because he was like trying to figure out what made the other opponents tick in the league. But honestly, the same person is. The same person that wants them to always dominate is the same person who's going to be upset about these super teams in the NBA. Eddie says USA on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread says USA won't win gold without pros. It's not true. It's not true.
Well, if the other teams don't use pros, then.
Well, I mean, what's the like?
Uh-oh, got a caller.
Oh, okay. Good eyes. You ready?
Yep. Thanks for calling in. Who do we have on the line?
It's Caesar Hayes.
Yo!
Oh, there he is. He's doing the cannonball run right now. I can tell he's driving.
Yeah.
I am driving. I had to take a half day today, so I'm in Dubuque.
So what, do you remember where the Olympics was held in 04 and 08?
Athens.
Yep. Brad said that.
Athens was either 2000 or 2004.
Sydney was 2000.
Okay, then Rio de Janeiro was 2008 then. Because you got, since then you've had London and Beijing.
Yeah, you're right. There you go.
Yeah, I remember the Beijing one now, yeah.
I know you guys obviously remember, but I remember being so excited when I was 12 when they had the Winter Olympics, when they decided to get it off calendar, and they went 92 in Albertville and 94 in Lillehammer. So you got like the Winter Olympics within 2 years of each other. And I remember being in Wisconsin, we had two awesome speed skaters from the state, so everybody went crazy because they got to win a whole bunch of gold medals in 2 years.
What's that game where they polish the ice and they do the little shuffleboard on the ice? What's that called?
It's curling.
Curling, yeah. A lot of good curlers.
Who's the skater you're talking about? Is that Bonnie Blair? Kathy Turner?
Yeah, Bonnie Blair. And then, who was the guy?
Brian Boitano?
No, he's speed skating, not figure skating.
Oh.
Oh, no?
I can't remember his name.
Is that?
Yeah, Bonnie Blair. She was like a hero.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she won 2 gold medals in the 92 Olympics. Let's see. Who's a person that you're talking? Who would be the other? Who was a guy in the 92? I don't know. But basically, in 92, it was more about mainly the women were the ones that got the most of the gold for the United States in 92. Yeah. Apollo Ono, is that what Eddie's saying?
I know I've talked about this before, but the Dream Team, the reason they hammered it was McDonald's, man. McDonald's and MJ, you got beat over the head with them, and no team shall ever be called the Dream Team again, because that is the greatest combination of stars of their time that you'll ever get.
It's like you got Tourette's over there yelling out stuff. Anyway, yes, I agree. There will never be another dream team because you'll never have anyone as good as Christian Laettner on any one of those teams.
Oh, wow. You're just trying to push buttons now. Come on. You call me Tourette's. What is that garbage?
Love Christian Laettner is on there.
Why?
And again, the McDonald's one, Easter eggs, to your point, I remember it well. To this day, I still would. They had the gold medal meal, then they had the silver meal, and they had the bronze meal. The gold medal was a triple cheeseburger.
Ooh.
The silver was a double, and the bronze was just a regular cheeseburger. I loved those triple cheeseburgers, the perfect amount of grease and cheese, and I wish that they still had them to this day. I think about them quite a bit, probably once a month.
I graduated out of Happy Meals to get those basketball cards.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I quit getting Happy Meals. Was to get those basketball cards that came with the value meal. You get 2 cheeseburgers and a fry and a drink for $2.99. Give me that number 2 all day long.
My question that I asked, though, is do you think we need to have professionals playing in the Olympics anymore?
I still think they need to have professionals, but they probably don't need the all-stars.
Okay.
Because, like Troy said, the guys, like Dirk still played for Germany. You need a few pros. That's why they went with the pros. Because Russia was basically paid, they were paying their guys already. They were professional basketball players. And they just called them amateurs, and that's why we weren't winning all the time.
Well, and we got screwed in those one Olympics, right? Was that the...
Yeah. The 80... what was the 88 Olympics we got screwed?
Yeah. The 84 they won because Russia didn't show up.
Yeah.
But what's the team that won't take their medals? That's from the 70s, right? Like 76 or 72?
I think so.
I think it was 72. There was a controversy with the clock, and it was Russian officials. They're dirty. We know that.
Yeah, like those guys put it in their wills, like never accept our silver medal ever.
Right.
My only other question is this. All right. About he's 16 right now. Yes. All right. What if LeBron was like, I'm only playing in the Olympics if you bring up my son Bronny to play too? These are the things I think about. Like how do we
know his kid's going to be as good as he is?
How are we going to do like a mixture of like what's going on? I just don't think I don't think we need it anymore. Easter eggs is what I'm saying. Like it's, I don't know. And I do think the Olympics has been changed to where it wasn't. It wasn't. I don't know. I just feel like it. I don't feel like I did when I was a kid.
Well, it used to be amateur athletes, and it got changed because people were cheating.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that were cheating were
Ben Johnson.
Well, he did too.
I don't know. We don't have like
Germans.
Yeah, we don't have like
Russians.
We don't have professional lacrosse players playing in it, do we? We don't have professional soccer players.
Chinese women weightlifters that are.
Our baseball team isn't pros. Well, we don't have baseball anymore in there, do we?
No.
Yeah. A hockey team is that pros?
Hockey teams are all pros now too.
Okay, well, I guess that means something then in the winter.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey buddy, how did you go about your seating for the craphead Hasslers actors who used to be athletes? Ease.
There.
Ease.
What was that? Sorry.
I said, how did you go about your seating for the craphead Hasslers bracket athletes? Actors who used to be athletes.
Oh yeah, the bracket.
Yeah.
That's what I was calling mainly was
okay.
I wanted to talk about the seating that I put out yesterday, or that I put out last week. The seating was really hard because I don't know what we're voting on. I just made a list of 64 guys, or 64 people, who are former athletes of some sort. Most crapped out in college, but there's a few pros. And I didn't know what to decide if we're counting them as actors, or if we're counting them as athletes, or in the case of like Jim Brown, Alex Karras, Merrill Nolson, guys who are in the Hall of Fame, and then there's noticeable actors. You know what I mean? Like they have roles that you know of. Or, or are they just people who are really good actors who used to be athletes, like Mark Harmon or I don't even know about Terry Crews.
Okay.
Like that's why the top of the seeds are probably a little biased, because I tried to put guys who were great, like uber athletes, but also decent enough actors.
Okay.
And I told Troy and Eddie this on Twitter. I had just watched One Night in Miami, so Jim Brown was going to be a number one no matter what, because he was fresh in my head, good recency bias, and that was a big plot to that movie, was Jim Brown being like, yo, Cassius, I'm going to go make movies. I'm quitting football.
Yep. There's some interesting ones here on your list. Speaking of someone that we just mentioned, though, is LeBron James on here?
No, I didn't put him on because that Space Jam movie isn't out yet.
Yeah, but he was in Trainwreck.
Yeah, I didn't put him in.
I'm fine with him not being in. We can go with something fun like this without him. He doesn't need to be in everything.
Yeah, he wasn't on any of the lists that I looked up.
Okay.
That's why, I just don't come up with these people by myself. I look up on the internet and see what other people have.
That's a lot of work.
And there are some people they miss. Like, I know a lot of people won't know him, but Dwayne Davis, he plays Alvin Mack, and he plays Featherstone in Unnecessary Roughness.
Yeah.
He played college football.
Yeah, he did.
And his dad's in the NFL Hall of Fame, and his son is an All-American lineman for Ohio State. So the guy was obviously a great athlete, but he got hurt in college. So I put him on the list just because, a lot of people recognize him from sports movies, but they kind of forget that he was a real athlete in college. He played tight end, I think, at Missouri.
Yeah, he blew out his knee playing against Iowa, right?
That's when, in the program,
yeah, it's in the program.
Knees get cut in the Iowa game because he tells the lineman that's the one he got his baby sister pregnant.
Yeah, that's the one.
Is that when he tells him, is that when he tells him he killed his mama? I can't remember.
One of those two, yeah.
Alvin Mack is a legend.
Absolutely. I like that you have Jim Gaffigan in here, Lou Ferrigno. These are your final 16 seeds, by the way. Jim Gaffigan, Lou Ferrigno, Jon Stewart, and Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash actually played college ball at University of Tennessee before he went on to be better known as Diesel in the WWE, and he was in The Longest Yard, the remake. Bosworth is pretty low. Rick Fox is a great call. Butkus could have been higher than a 13.
So what one now?
I said Bosworth was pretty low seed as a 14, and I said I think Dick Butkus could have been higher than a 13. I mean, he was Kowicki and My Two Dads.
Yeah, I forgot about the Boz, and then I kind of, once I started doing the seeding, I decided to do that one region basically of all NFL guys. So that's and it turned out the way. That's why Bosworth was so low, just because of all the. I just like said I wanted to put all these NFL guys, and then who'd I throw in there? I think Jon Stewart, college soccer player.
Yeah.
And then Denzel's kid played college football as well. John David Washington, I think that's his name. I don't have my list in front of me. But he's in Black Klansman.
Okay.
Which I love that movie. So yeah, I like him as an actor, but I just don't think he's been around long enough. And you just kind of got, when you do these seedings, you kind of forget. Like I'm looking at one list and trying to do it on the bracket on another list, and you kind of got missed.
No, either way, you did a great job, and you always do when you put these brackets together. It's fun to do, and no matter what you put for what seeding, someone's going to say nuh-uh, and it shouldn't be that way, and it shouldn't be this way. But I mean, you got a great list, and for those out there, go on Twitter and follow at Craphead Hasslers, and you can find this. And when's the voting going to start on this, User Ace?
Derek, when are you going to start the voting?
March 1st. I always do it for the March Madness style. So the first voting will be Monday morning. Throw up the first 4 polls of the Troy region, and we'll just work our way down that side of the bracket and do 4 polls a day the first round, and then 2 polls, and then we'll be down to 1 poll. And the championship is always March 31st. It just works out perfect with how many days are in March and how I put the polls out. So, yeah, it'll be all month. We start off lots of fun. You know, feelings get hurt in the middle usually. There's some pewtering out, but, you know, I do it for fun. I have no idea how this one's going to go. I've said it a few times. I do fear that Michael Jordan playing basketball with Looney Tunes is going to help him win this thing, which I hope he doesn't. But yeah, I just think when people see Michael Jordan on the pole, they're just like, oh, he's the one. I got to give him.
It's going to be Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I think he'll do well as well. So, yeah, I'm excited to get started tomorrow. The J bracket will be revealed. And then on Thursday, don't tell her, but the Coral bracket will be revealed as well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the Coral cheese bracket. So, yeah, I'm excited to get going.
All right, man. We appreciate you calling in, buddy.
Yeah,
thanks for all the work.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Yep.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, that's Easer Hayes, our friend for the show. All right, speaking of brackets, and before we go to break, you can go to ESPN1170am.com, and you can you can register now for the $1 Million Bracket Challenge. The tournament, even though the tournament teams will be selected on March 14th, once you've registered this, will send out Town Square will send out an email reminder so that you don't forget to fill out your bracket. You can also bookmark the page when you go to it, and basically, if you're the winner in the Quad Cities, you'll take home $500 in cash. And this is brought to you by our sponsors from Upper Iowa University. And if you correctly predict 60 or more games, you will win $10,000. If you correctly predict every game in the bracket, you win $1 million. But if you just do it in the Quad Cities alone and have the best overall prediction record, winning percentage, whatever you want to call it, you can take home $500. So go to ESPN1170am.com, scroll down a little bit to our things, and you'll see like the announcement for it, and you can the link is in there to sign in to participate. And like I said, it's not something you need to set a reminder. You'll get an email that says they have to do that. So the play-in games on March 18th, there'll be no prediction required. And but the rest of them will be as well. Anything, if you have any issues registering or whatever else, there's a link on here as well that you can go to for ESPN, the $1 Million College Hoops Bracket Challenge presented by Upper Iowa University. All right, we're going to be
Whoa, breaking news.
What's that?
Tiger Woods has been injured on a one-car rollover accident.
Uh-oh.
We'll have to look that up, see what's going on during break.
We will. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back here at ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local.
This is Merrick Brave from SCW Pro, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Hockey and basketball fans love scoring in nets, but what else do they have in common? A chance for an easy 100 from BetMGM. Register for the King of Sportsbooks and win $100 in free bets when you place a $1 moneyline wager on the Clippers versus the Wizards, and if either team hits a 3, you win. Simply sign up using bonus code FOSTER100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. Maybe you have more in common with table tennis fans. No matter your sport, BetMGM is where the stakes are always raised. Enjoy parlay selection features to build the parlay of your dreams, boosted odds specials for major payouts, daily promotions, and more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code FOSTER100 to win $100 in free bets when you wager $1 on the Clippers versus the Wizards to hit a 3. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 or older. Iowa only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
We just expanded our lot at Weber Auto Group. What's that mean for you? Now's the time to buy. Bigger selection, better deal, lower prices. Plus the Weber warranty. And every car we sell gets our 52-point inspection. So call us, visit our website, or better yet, come see us in our new showroom in Silvis. Weber Auto Group, your 5-star dealer.
We always use drive-through windows for fast food and banking. Now the Quad Cities has drive-through taxes with AmeriFile. Don't let COVID delay your tax refund this year. For the safest way to get your taxes done, use AmeriFile's drive-through tax service in Moline and Davenport. Stay safe in your car. Drop your tax stuff off, and your taxes are prepared contact-free. Go to AmeriFile.com or call AmeriFile 762-8087.
I'm Steve Weissman with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Bald eagles are no longer an endangered species, but veteran Eagles receivers are becoming extinct. Alshon Jeffrey, the latest to go. According to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport, Jeffrey will be released when the new league year starts on March 17th. This comes after Philly announced the release of veteran wideout Deshaun Jackson. No receivers on the current Eagles roster have more than 2 years' experience. And speaking of ex-Eagles, Carson Wentz will now add a new number to his new team and city. Wentz reached out to new Colts teammate Michael Pittman Jr. to see if Pittman would be interested in giving up his number 11 jersey. Pittman said no thanks. And Cam Newton has no plans to retire. Newton telling the I Am Athlete podcast, quote, "There are not 32 guys better than me." This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DQ presents How to Find Meal Fulfillment. First, order the delicious new rotisserie-style chicken bites from DQ. Then feast your eyes on these unbreaded, tender, juicy, 100% white meat beauties. Next, take a bite of the bite. Realize that unbreaded chicken loaded with flavor is finally possible. And last, call your boss and ask for that promotion. You may have started last week, but hey, if chicken this good is possible, anything is possible. New rotisserie-style chicken bites are now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Before you move in and start making a lifetime of memories, there's something you should remember: the value of working with a realtor. A realtor is more than an expert in the field who abides by a code of ethics. A realtor is your neighbor and your ally, someone who puts your agenda ahead of theirs, someone who understands your dreams and has the expertise to make them a reality. Finding the right place starts with you and a realtor, and the doors we open together. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Hey Quad Cities, this is Kim from Berry Global, a Fortune 400 packaging company. I have some exciting news. We are hiring technical and entry-level employees at our injection molding facility right here in Bettendorf. Berry offers an impressive benefits package, which includes medical, dental, vision, 401k match, company-paid life and disability insurances, along with competitive wages and profit-sharing bonus. If being a part of an awesome team interests you, visit berryglobal.com to apply. That is BERRY global.com. Still looking for more information about Berry? Just say, Alexa, tell me about Berry Global.
I'm Governor Kim Reynolds. COVID-19 isn't bigger than Iowans' resolve to overcome it. Together, we can stop the spread of the virus and get life back to normal by taking simple steps to protect ourselves and others. Wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands, stay home if you're sick, get tested, and isolate from others if you have the virus, and get a flu shot to prevent further illness. Doing these things will protect you and those most at risk. Let's step up and stop the spread together.
Sponsored by the state of Iowa and the Iowa Broadcasters Association in cooperation with this station.
The gyms may be empty, but the courts are full, and the action is underway. We're talking college basketball on your sports leader, ESPN 1170.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. Like we said right before we went to break, Tiger Woods has been involved in a single vehicle collision. Just going off what we're seeing here on Twitter. This is from TMZ.com. This report was released by LA County this morning, approximately 7:12 a.m. Standard Central Pacific Time. His vehicle rolled over, and he was traveling northbound. The vehicle was pretty beat up. He was the only one in the vehicle, and they had to use the jaws of life to get him out.
It sounds like he's okay.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. That's what we want. I mean, obviously. But, it's hopefully everything's on the up and up.
I think that ruins my number 4 prediction that he's going to win the Masters. I'm going to cross that off right now.
Yeah?
I don't know. They said he had back surgery, too. He might not even playing it. So that's weird. Well, like I said, I hope he's all right.
Yeah. Let's see here. Hopefully everything's okay. It just does say the car had major damage or whatnot. So, but good for him. And I hope everything's all right. Like the one thing is you just don't want anything to come out. Like maybe
right.
It relapsed of some sort or whatever else.
7:12 in the morning. Kind of doubt that he was.
Well, all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds to me like it just, whatever happened. We'll see. Oh, no. We'll find out more.
Yep. Okay. Major League Baseball win totals for the 2021 season.
All right. Do I get a guess?
Sure. You give me a team, and what do you want me to do? What do you want to do?
You tell me, and I'll guess. You start with the.
I think
you already told me the Dodgers are over under 106.
It's 101.5.
LA 101.
I might have inflated that.
All right. I'm going to say over. I think they win 103.
Okay.
Let's see. The next team on there, obviously, by when I see the next team has to be the Padres.
It's not the next highest, but it's very close.
The Yankees?
It is the Yankees at 95.5.
Well, I wanted to guess.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
Yankees. Now, Padres.
94.5.
Bingo. That's a bingo.
Okay.
Let me then tell you 2, 3, 4. Is that right? Let me do this again. Nope, there's one. There it is. 1, 2. There are 3 more teams that are in the next tier. I'll give you 3 more teams that are in the 90s. How's that? 3 more teams. Can you guess?
I'll guess.
Okay.
3 more teams that are in the 90s.
For over-under win total, according to DraftKings, dknation.draftkings.com.
The 3 teams are Houston?
No.
Okay, the Mets.
The New York Mets are indeed one of them.
They are at 90.5.
They are at 90.5. Look at you. Talking about how you don't gamble, whatever else. Come on. Look at you go. That's the Mets at 90.5. You got that right. 2 more.
Oh, that's loud.
Yeah, you're blowing up.
Sorry
blowing
about
up
that.
like in sync.
You said Houston was not.
Mm-mm.
What about the Braves?
Yep. Another one is the Atlanta Braves. Do you want to guess where they're at?
91.5.
It is 91.5. Very good.
Look at that.
Look at that. Yeah.
Gosh, darn it all. Okay, and the other one? I'm torn here. And you said Houston was not. I'm going to have to go with Jays Twins.
Oddly enough, it's not.
Okay. The Toronto Blue Jays.
No.
St. Louis.
No.
The White Sox?
It is the White Sox, which is surprising.
Okay.
They have them at how much?
I'll say 90.5 as well.
They're at 91.5.
Okay.
Now we're going to have a lot of teams, obviously, in the 80s. Some of them in the high 80s, some of them in the low 80s. Do you want to give a team and you want to make some guesses, or how do you want to do this?
Yeah, we'll go with your Minnesota Twins.
Okay.
I got them at 89.5.
Real close, pal. 88.5.
Okay. And then, let's see. We'll do those Houston Astros.
Yep.
They are at 86.5.
They are indeed at 86.5. Very good.
And then we'll do those St. Louis Cardinals.
Okie dokie.
And they are at 85.5.
Real close. 86.5. You're really good at this, though. The plus or minus 1 is impressive, though.
Okay. The Oakland A's are at 80.5.
No. This is the furthest you've been off.
What are they?
Higher.
Oh, they're higher?
Yeah.
84.5.
Higher.
87.5.
Yes. 87.5. Third time's a charm.
Okay. Wow.
I know. I thought that was kind of high, too. And the thing is the Twins have a better chance of making it than the White Sox, but DraftKings has them at 3 games better than the White Sox better at 3 games better than the Twins.
Well, the Brewers got to be around 82.5.
Yeah. I feel like you can see the reflection in these baby
I'm
blues.
not. Did I get them right?
I feel like you're seeing reflection in these baby blues, and that's how you're doing it. You nailed it at 82.5.
Okay. The only other team that would be up there, we'll just say the Angels.
Really?
But they're probably like 70.
No, they're in the 80s.
Are they?
Yeah, you were right. I was shocked by this, and I'm surprised you pulled this out, though. Yeah.
No, I thought maybe I was wrong. All right, so if they're in the 80s, how about they're 81.5?
No, a little bit more.
They're 83.5.
They are 83.5. Yeah.
All right.
I want to look at their.
Everybody
let's
else.
see what they did.
Everybody else.
added in the
Toronto's not in the 80s, are they?
Oh boy. Yes, Toronto's in the 80s.
82.5.
Higher.
4.
Higher.
5.
Higher.
6.
Yeah, 86.5. Tampa Bay Rays.
82.5.
Little higher.
83.5.
Keep going.
84.5.
Keep going.
85.5.
There you go. The thing is this is what doesn't make sense. Every team in the East is like AL East is basically in the 80s or more, and it doesn't.
Except for Baltimore.
Except for Baltimore, yeah, they're the lowest.
They got Boston at like 80.5.
80.5 exactly. Very good.
Look at that. All right. So then they probably got. They got to have like Baltimore's 65.5.
So close. So close.
What was it?
64.5.
Good Lord. All right. Let's guess for these Cubbies.
Oh, boy. Where are the Cubs at?
72.5?
Huh?
70. Let's do this. 75.5 for the Cubs.
75.5 higher.
8? 78.5?
Just a little higher.
79.5.
79.5. Hey, when you start off 10-2.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
You're already an eighth of the way there.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Then I'll guess that the Nationals are probably right around there as well. Probably 79.5 for the Nationals.
Just a little higher.
80.5?
Higher.
81.5?
Higher.
82.5.
Higher. Higher.
83.5.
84.5.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot that are flirting around this area in the 80s or whatever else. Did we mention the Padres? Did I give you that number?
Yeah, they're 94.5.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
guessed it right on the nails.
That's right. Let's see here. Anything else? You got the Brewers. The Reds are at 82.5. The Indians are at 81.5. Lowest ones that you've already mentioned, Baltimore. Colorado's pretty low too. The Tigers are at 68.5. Yeah, that's a big difference. Oh, the Pirates are at the ultimate lowest. And they're at 59.5. But that's a big difference from when I said at the beginning of the show that the Dodgers were at 106. 101.5 is doable. And that's why they're so good out there in Vegas when they get to put this crap together, because now it doesn't look like I want to bet the under on that and just more of a stay away type of thing. I was surprised by the Angels, though. That's for certain. I really didn't see the Angels being that high up there. And again, it's got a lot to do with how much West Coast do we watch. And are the Angels ever on the Sunday night game of the week? No.
No.
Mm-mm.
That's the problem.
So before we get going here, 40 degrees out. Feels like it
feels like 80 to me.
Mm-hmm. 10 degrees away from me jogging outside, I guess.
Yeah, I get more updates from Eddie on the Tiger Woods thing. He's not sure if it's true, though, but someone's saying he might have broken legs. And he did send a picture of the car. Crash car.
Does it look bad?
It don't look that great. The whole front is...
I don't mean to laugh, but yeah.
It don't look all that great.
Yeah, by all reports, Jay, you knew it was going to... You knew what the answer to your question was.
I don't want to be in that car accident. It looked pretty bad. I mean, it's on its side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, car accidents suck. But I'm sure... I mean, broken legs, I don't know. You couldn't tell from that. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I hope, again, like I said, I hope everything's okay. I'm getting it. I finally, after, what now, 9 days after the Super Bowl, usually the Monday after the Super Bowl, the text goes out to my buddy Obi, asking him when we're starting fantasy baseball, when's it going to do, with this and that. I think for the second year in a row, we're thinking that maybe it might have to be online. We're not going to get together and do it, but I'm getting a little excited about this. Started listening to a few podcasts here and there about fantasy baseball. Maybe going to look into some alternative things.
It's still a keeper league, right?
Yeah.
Who you keeping?
I don't know. I have to look at my team because last year was just kind of like threw it all together. Like, I don't know what I have on. Honestly, I don't really. Well, let's see if I can pull up my team and I can kind of maybe tell you. But I'm going to look into kind of like we did with football. Maybe some alternative type of things that maybe we can get into. If there is something that's like, it puts out, remember it puts out your best lineup for you?
Yeah.
Every time, and that you don't have to set it. If someone gets hurt, then you have to do things just from like, that's the thing. The problem with fantasy baseball is people just say it's too much work.
Yeah.
Where I say it's more of a thinking, it's harder to do than fantasy football, I believe.
I just can't figure out the algorithm of it, if you will. Like, I feel like I'm starting the right guys and I have a competitive team, but whenever I look at it, like, there's no way. Like, the times I've been with you, I'm not figuring out. I can't figure out the recipe for success yet.
I can agree with you on this, because once you start to know something. So let's see. I've been doing fantasy baseball since probably 1999. Okay.
Right.
And we've always used the CBS Sports app. So I understand how that works, and I understand the 5x5. But when we went with Razzball and we did the ESPN, it never made sense to me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it just didn't work for me. And I know Easer A's was in our league, and a bunch of other friends were in there. But it just, even though I said it, it never was like anyone was like, hey, this is how you do it. They were just like, you dumbo, figure it out. And I was like, it doesn't work for me.
Well, it's like football. I can figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's pretty easy. I know if I have a bad team, what they're going to be, all right, why.
Yeah. And I don't usually normally play head-to-head. I do 5x5 league. So when you're playing someone during the week, I don't really understand it either. But doesn't mean I don't want to. I think this is... If I can sit here every third day and say, like, I don't know, is there itch there for pro sports? Do I have it after a year now of doing this, going through this, and not being able to attend a game or whatnot? Maybe just upping my fantasy baseball might be that shot in the arm that I need. I don't know. We'll see how things are going. I know the NBA is opening up a lot. I think four more different NBA franchises opened up to even anywhere from 10 to 25%. So as we get going further, hopefully we'll be able to have a beer and a dog. And
cross our fingers and hope, brother.
Yeah. And with that being said, we have to make all the changes that are possible, but in this situation, when it comes down to the Quad City River Bandits, I am happy about the week on, week off thing. It lets me schedule it more, and it's not like you just know the week. It's one of those things like if you and I are, let's say it's, May, June. You've got Hazel. I've got the kids. What do you want to do tonight? Hey, you want to go down to the ballpark?
That's right.
We look it up, and then they go, oh, they're not here today. Actually, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now we kind of know the weeks that they're there. It's one of those things you can plan in advance. Like, yeah, I know they're on this week. So, but we'll talk to Joe, and we'll get down there, and we'll have a show there and everything else. And like I said, in the first hour, we're going to be having the White Sox, so we'll have tickets and everything else, and tickets to give away. That's going to be our show for Tuesday. Tomorrow, we have Joey Dania. He couldn't make it in today.
Oh, sweet. Joey.
Yeah, we'll have more guests too coming up. I know on Thursday we have Jake Toporowski as well. So we will see you guys soon. Have an incredible day. Enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities. Enjoy the 40 degrees because it feels like 84. We'll see you later.